Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Blue. This channel where you find the truth, seek understanding, and be the light. And once again, we have the people of the melanin skin tone acting up, causing ruckus. It seems like when you have too many black people in one area, something bad is bound to happen. Now, we can't say that all the time. That's just a phrase that I've heard in the past. We cannot say that all the time. But it seems like out here in Atlanta, in Piedmont Park over the weekend, there's this 404 event that was going on. Thousands of, attendees that was at Piedmont Park. There was a shooting that happened after the events at the park, but after the events, and a 15-year-old was killed, and another young girl was shot. Let's just go ahead and get right into it and see exactly what the heck was going on.
In Atlanta, as police need your help after a shooting at a busy Piedmont Park. It left one teen girl. In Atlanta, as police need your help after a shooting at a busy Piedmont Park. It left one teen girl dead and another injured. Now, the crime happened last night as a 404-day festival took place there at the park. So many people there. Fox 5's Annie Mapp is live there now. And Annie, you've been talking with so many of those witnesses that were there for the scary moments.
Eric, that's right. Good evening. People who were at the park tell me they heard gunshots and immediately started running to safety. Atlanta police confirmed that unfortunately, a 16-year-old girl.
I don't think this is right.
Girl lost her life.
That was shots.
Atlanta police officers rushed to Piedmont Park around 9 Saturday night when witnesses report someone was shooting.
I don't know what kind of gun it is, but like pow, 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 pow. And then that's when I started hearing the police.
Officers say they got on scene to first find a 15-year-old girl who was shot in the shoulder. That victim was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital where she's in stable condition. Officers say they kept searching the large area for victims and found a 16-year-old girl with serious injuries. That victim died at the scene. Detectives are trying to figure out who fired the shots and why.
We were able to locate multiple crime scene locations with some ballistic evidence. Our K9 came on scene and was able to locate different areas of concern.
The gunfire left dozens of people at the park running for safety. One man who lives in the area says he was headed home and saw the graphic scene.
And that's when I ran into police and ambulances being there treating the gunshot victims.
That resident says he feared a tragedy could happen due to noticing what he describes as large crowds and little security.
Our neighborhood was so crowded with cars that if you wanted to leave your house, you couldn't. We're not unaccustomed to.
It's going to be the same event. This was like a completely different time of day. I don't understand why they're showing this.
Festivals in this neighborhood, but usually for a festival of this size and scale with tens of thousands of people, there is Atlanta police present conducting traffic control, ensuring that everyone's behaving accordingly, and all of that was absent.
An event coordinator who asked to stay anonymous was at the park for the 404-day festival. She shares the same concern.
I plan large events like this, and I didn't see any police presence. I didn't see any police presence for security, for crowd control.
Now, police have not identified the victims in this case, nor have they said anything about a suspect. We know no one has been arrested so far. They are asking anyone with information to please contact police. We've also reached out to the agency and the mayor's office for comment on those safety concerns. For now, reporting live in Midtown, Annie Mapp, Fox 5 News.
Yes, so many people sharing those concerns of not seeing the police. I know city officials will have a lot to answer to, especially as we're getting ready for FIFA, even more crowds. Annie Mapp, thanks so much. We know many of you.
Okay, that's interesting that they say that because Mayor Dickens says otherwise.
This shooting occurred at Piedmont Park. On one side of the park where we had there was not a festival going on this side of the park. On one side of the park, earlier in the day, there was a festival taking place. It was a permitted festival by the city's standard permitting process. This event was all day, and under city code, it required a minimum staffing ratio of one sworn police officer for every 1,500 attendees. At its peak, this event had 1,200 people coming and going throughout the day. There were a total of 11 sworn officers, 12 private security personnel, and 2 medics were on site. APD was proactive in advance of this event, as well as the organizers of the event. The shooting that took the life of Tiana Robinson and injured Italia Wilson, that shooting occurred more than an hour after the event closed, and it occurred in a totally different part of this massive park. And so APD is actively investigating this incident, looking at all the cameras in the park that are available, as well as body-worn footage and other footage that they will be able to talk to you about in a little bit.
Okay, so basically something isn't exactly adding up as of right now. As we heard from those that were being interviewed by the news station, there wasn't any police at all. So they say there weren't any police at all. There was no law enforcement. And that's what kind of allowed for this type of thing to happen, because the event went off, the shooting began, officers nowhere to be found. But based off of what Mayor Dickens is saying, they did have officers that were on staff. One officer per every 1,200, I think he said 1,200 individuals. That doesn't seem like enough officers, but I mean, what do I know? I also know that Atlanta, I think they kind of scrummaging on having police officers as well. But even then, he said that based off of that park, there should have been 12 law enforcement individuals that were there, that were prepped, given the square footage. I mean, unless he was talking about square footage. But given the square footage of the park, I would think that 12 officers in Ain't No Park will be able to respond to a situation fairly quickly in that area. But it seems like none was able to get there quick enough. I don't know. But the other thing that he also mentioned was that the shooting happened after the event. So I would think that after an event is done, especially an hour after the event is over with, that police would, kind of disperse, leave type situation. The job is done. The event is complete. It's closed. So they're not on that specific duty anymore. So it makes things a little weird to think that they would be available. And then on top of that, again, so it always goes back to the question of what the heck are we doing, Black Americans? My goodness, can we not just have things in peace? Must we always cause a ruckus? Must we always do these type of things? It's crazy. I just don't know. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, here we go. Another black man that's speaking down on the black. Yo, I would not want my child to be in these type of situations. Now, granted, I also wouldn't want my child to be sitting around after hours of an event, especially if it's dark. So there's that. But then even that, like, why, what is I think the point that I'm trying to get at is, as we continue to move forward in this life in America, as we continue to move forward from the gripping mindset of, the system is trying to hold us down and hold down Black people and stuff like that, which some can argue that it is, but I think it's really a mindset thing. As soon as we really get past that mindset, then we'll start to have these issues, these situations happen less and less. And what he mentions later on, which, I mean, I can't validate if that's true or not at this moment, is that the last time that an event like this happened was several years ago. I think based off of what happened last year or a couple years ago, there was around 47 homicides that happened in Atlanta up at this point of the year. But this year has only been 7, and he acknowledges that even then 1 is too much. But there have been progress, which I can say, yeah, that is good. Now, if we're getting very specific on homicide, then yes, okay, cool. We're getting specific on exactly what it is, no inflation of numbers. But again, I cannot validate that right now. I'm just going off of his word. But at the end of the day, to me, it's like, bro, if this is an event, especially with everything that's been going on, all these teen takeovers and like all these young cats just out and just being out and about, I don't know, man. Just going out in public places, especially during like evening, nighttime, yeah, nah, I'll pass. I think I'll pass. I keep my butt indoors because ain't nobody want these problems, bro. Nobody does. I don't know, man. It sucks that this is the life that we live, that this is what we deal with, and that there's individuals that's out there that's purposely causing these issues for their own gain, and their own gain means the loss of somebody else. And it's happening all the time. But what can you do, man? What can you do? We could just pray that things change, that the next generation, as bleak as it is, as it seems, will do better and steer away from these type of behaviors. But the idea is that we need to guide them to be steered from these type of situations. But anyways, interesting stuff nonetheless, and unfortunate. Hoping the best for the families. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.